So when I was planning this channel, believe it or not, there actually was kind of a plan to this. About 2 years ago is when I kind of came up with the idea of coming back and reviving this thing. I started off motorcycle vlogging, which I want to get back to. But one of the ideas I had was content curation because, there are people who are producing content that I'm not going to bother reproducing. And I think you should know about it because, it's really good stuff. But in this case, the curation is a tool that I use for myself. So if you can't tell, I've got the ADHD. So yeah, even in your 50s, guess what? It doesn't go away. And even more fun, I've stopped taking Strattera. I'm no longer on my ADHD medication. Lots of fun. So when I was diagnosed with ADHD, the doctor said, I hyperfocus, which is a compensation pattern that some people develop as a way to compensate against ADHD. And so the Strattera would, so the problem with the hyperfocus is, as a parent, you can't do that because it physically hurts to break the focus. At least for me, I perceived pain when I would break focus. And raising two daughters, guess what? You're going to get interrupted. And I did not respond well. And my wife was like, yeah, that shit ain't going to work. So we treated it, and the Strattera worked. This isn't about Strattera, though, because I don't take that shit no more. So without it, and as I've gotten older, I don't hyperfocus as much now. I still can. I have to get into that mode. And oddly enough, there's a recent podcast where Alex Hermosi, who I don't really like him, but he said some smart things. He said, the work is the work. It doesn't care. It has to get done. And these stupid rituals that people do are unnecessary. Just start and it'll work itself out. Once you get started, you'll build momentum and it's all good. And yeah, I still kind of have some rituals. One of the main rituals I have, which it's on my, oh shit, it's going to be locked. It's a tool I use. What I have is I've created a YouTube playlist. There's 2 of them now actually that I call workmusic, and I've made them public. And what I use, they're really long videos on YouTube. And since I pay for premium, I don't have to deal with ads, which to me is worth the money. They're just ambient soundtracks that go on for an hour or so. And I've got dozens of them in these playlists. So they'll just play all day. And just the sound helps block things out. So I can just focus on getting stuff done. And I've been anchoring when I have that playing that I'm working. So off we go into Copilot or whatever. We've got Visual Studio Code up and I'm dealing with New Relic and I'm digging through other teams' artifacts to understand their application so I can set up monitors to detect when those applications are having problems. And so what I want to share with you is, if you need something, go look at these playlists that I've got because, like I said, it just blocks stuff out and you can build up the habit where you start that playing and you go to work. Because if I don't do that, what happens is I'll scroll through YouTube finding, again, I'm going to go off down a rabbit hole. I don't use YouTube the way, so like vidIQ and these channel builders and all like that, they talk about, how people click on videos and how the recommendation system works. And it's like, yeah, that's nice. But that's not how I use YouTube. I go and I build a watch later list. I mean, it's bad. And so I'll have all these videos of things that I think I want to watch. They're a waste of freaking time. And so I've started doing, using these work music lists. There's one is ambient. It's not really music, but you got rain or wind. There's a really good one. They made it private. It's this desert outpost. And there's you could hear a radio and you could kind of hear there were people talking, but you couldn't understand it. You wouldn't really focus on it, but you could just hear it. And I liked that. They made it private. So annoying. But there's other ones that are good enough. I wish they'd bring that one back. I hope they bring it back. And then the other playlist is actual music. And there's this one group of people, Sound Island. Really like their music. It's very good. And there's also just, if you're thinking, some of these videos, they have stuff moving around in it. And it's just very relaxing to have that going and it allows you to focus. So anyway, just suggestion. I get nothing out of you looking at these playlists. Build your own because your tastes are obviously going to be different than mine. But it's just an idea for you to get stuff done. Anyway, if you made it this far, usual thing, the like and subscribe, please. Doesn't cost you anything. And the YouTube algorithm likes it and it'll help me build this channel. And because you like me, you want to do that, right? Anyway, you have a good evening. I'll talk to you later.